and this is the rubber match of the series. Bears won on Friday night in a home run barrage. The Cowboys came back and won big yesterday.
Yeah, the Bears got off to a great start Friday night, and Bradford leading the way there. Yesterday, Hayden Kettler struggles just a little bit. To give credit to OSU, the offensive firepower yesterday. 7 total home runs in the game, breaks a record here at the ballpark for an opponent coming in. And so OSU responded well. We'll see if the Bears can do the same today.
So today is the rubber match between these two. How about TJ Ragusi? He and a number of other players are really hitting the ball well.
Yeah, TJ Ragusi, especially in the 9-hole spot. You know, every head coach would sign up for that. You almost have that catalyst that's then passing the baton to Nick Lofton in the leadoff spot, who also has had a really good series. And so when you get those two guys going, and Ragusi, such a great back control guy, doesn't strike out very often, really works the count. You get that challenge there as an opposing pitcher in the 9-hole spot. The Bears are really, they can get a little bit more of it today.
No bigger difference in Oklahoma State's lineup from Friday to Saturday than Trevor Boone. He was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts on Friday. Came back yesterday 4 for 4 with 3 home runs.
3 home runs that were no doubters, and it's a career day. And so anytime you can go, I think, from 6 home runs to 7, 8, and 9 on the season through 48 games. He had a really good day yesterday. He's swinging it well. When you're locked in like that, you want to play as much baseball as you can. And then you look at the 6-hole spot with Colin Simpson, able to add 2 more home runs out of the 7 that they had yesterday. Those 2 guys are really locked in for OSU right now.
So that's our matchup, Baylor and Oklahoma State. Sunday series finale, Senior Day and Mother's Day at Baylor Ballpark. Cody, what are the keys for both teams today?
Yeah, for the Baylor pitching staff, minimize walks, free passes, keep OSU off the base pass. Solo shots won't beat you, but load the bases for them will do so. For OSU, continue the aggression offensively like they did yesterday. Put pressure on this young freshman, Tyler Thomas, see if they can rattle him early.
Tyler Thomas on the hill to start for the Bears. Here's the lineup he'll face from Josh Holliday and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Number 20 in the nation, as high as number 14 in one poll. Number 19 RPI beginning play today. Andrew Rosa, the DH, will lead off. Matt Kroon at short, batting second. Colin Simpson, the catcher, batting third. John Littell in left field. He'll bat cleanup. Christian Funk at first base, batting fifth. Trevor Boone in center, batting sixth. Michael New-Stifter at third base. He'll bat seventh. Carson McCusker in right, batting eighth. And Ryan Cash will play second base and bat ninth. And again, Tyler Thomas on the hill for the Bears. A freshman left-hander has really come on as this season has progressed to the point that he is a weekend starter in these conference series. First pitch is in, and it's a called strike one. Got some bright tones on the field today. The bright orange of Oklahoma State and the championship gold for the Bears. And there is called strike two. Tyler Thomas, 2.68 ERA on the season. You see some of his other numbers coming into this game today. 3-4 record. No, I'm sorry. Jonathan Heasley, the Oklahoma State starter, a 3-4 record. Tyler is 2-2. Really impressive, Cody, 2.68 team ERA. Here's a chopper that Thomas will field on the big hop and throw him out at first base. One down.
Yeah, really tough right there. Great job, Tyler Thomas, getting to that one hopper. And sometimes a pitcher a little bit juiced up early in the game makes a strong throw over and doesn't airmail that one. But, John, to your point, 2.68 ERA for Tyler Thomas. 39 strikeouts to 38 walks. He wants to minimize those walks, but you see the opponent's only hitting 200 off of him. That's how he's able to keep that ERA down there where he wants it.
So here's Matt Kroon to the plate. Kroon, the shortstop for Oklahoma State. 85 degrees and sunshine as we begin today. Humidity's up a little bit today, 58% humidity as we begin this game. 1 p.m. Central Time first pitch, 1:05 actually. Pitch down low, ball 2. On senior day for Baylor, 6 Baylor seniors were recognized prior to the game, they and their families out there, and you see their numbers painted on the field. Right down the third baseline. 2-0 pitch to Kroon is up high. That is ball 3. 3-0 the count. Kroon's had some kind of weekend, Cody. 5 of 8 at the plate, a .625 average. There's the Baylor seniors' numbers painted on the field. 4 runs scored, a couple of home runs, 4 RBIs for Matt Kroon over the weekend.
Yeah, not just doing it like OSU lineup did yesterday, but actually spread it out. Friday, home run Saturday. He'll look to see if he can do a repeat here.
And there is ball 4. Kroon draws the walk. So 1-out base runner for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, John, that's what we talked about right there, is wanting to minimize those walks and clear the base pass.
Here's the defensive alignment for Coach Steve Rodriguez and the Bears, with Shea Langoliers behind the plate, Davis Wenzel at third, Nick Lofton at short, Josh Bissonette at second, Andy Thomas at first, TJ Ragusi in left, Cole Herring in center, and Davion Downey patrols right field for the Bears defensively. Here is Colin Simpson. A couple of home runs on the weekend himself, both yesterday. Thomas from the stretch comes set and delivers. And that's a called strike 1. Simpson 293, his average coming into the game today. Team leader in home runs with 17 and team RBI leader with 49. Throw for the first base, keeping Kroon close. Colin now the Big 12 leader in home runs as well. Cody Clemens had 16 coming into the weekend. Colin Simpson had 15 for the 2 that he hit yesterday. So nobody in the Big 12 has more home runs this year than this guy, Colin Simpson. It's called strike.
Dangerous bat up there. Certainly gets a lot of torque. Big frame, stocky frame, and certainly hit a couple no-doubters yesterday. But you got to feel like the Bears a little bit lefty-on-lefty matchup today. See if Tyler Thomas can be a little bit more effective than Hayden Kettler, righty-on-lefty, was able to yesterday.
Throw over to first base. Kroon steps back on the bag. Slight breeze today. Not much to speak of. Maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour. Still blowing out. All those home runs yesterday, and you think, wow, the wind must have really been gusting. But it really wasn't. Most of those, we thought yesterday, didn't need any boost from the wind to get out of here.
Yeah, they certainly aided in them going a little bit further, but off the bat, even with a slight breeze in, a few of those would have left, no doubt.
2-1 the count on Colin Simpson. Pitch by Thomas. Sends a fly ball to left field. Ragusi's going back. Edge of the track makes the catch. One carried pretty well opposite field off the bat of Colin Simpson, but it's out number 2 here in the first.
Yeah, got a fastball up and put a charge into that. You know a hitter's locked in when he does what he did yesterday, a couple home runs, and then able to go his first AB warning track oppo field. So he's certainly seeing it and putting the barrel on it.
So 2 down with a runner at first. Here is John Littell to the plate. John is 1 for 8 on the weekend against Baylor pitching. 250 on the season, his average. Thomas throws over to first again. 330 down the lines here at Baylor Ballpark. 375 in the power alleys. 400 to straightaway center. We've seen one high off the wall, that batter's eye in center field this weekend, and one completely over that 20-foot high wall.
Not easy to do.
Not at all. Swinging strike 1 to Littell.
And I think that's what Tyler Thomas, we spoke about the numbers just a little bit. Above average fastball. You can tell by some when hitters hit late in the count, they even know fastball's coming. We've seen it all season. They're either fouling it off, they're late on it. That fastball carries a little bit late, has some extra life on it.
Thomas delivers, pitch up high, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Latest RPI numbers coming into play today. Now this is from D1Baseball.com. Oklahoma State 19 RPI in the country. Texas at 22. Oklahoma at 37. Pitch fouled back. West Virginia, where Baylor will play next week to close the regular season, they've got a 42 RPI. Baylor at 58 beginning play today. TCU at 66. So those are some updated RPI numbers. All the Big 12 series this weekend being played are tied 1-1. So rubber matches in Waco, in Fort Worth, and in Manhattan today.
You know, the Big 12 pretty knotted up when you look at Oklahoma sitting in the third spot, and even Texas for that matter. 14 wins, 13 wins for Oklahoma, Texas Tech 12 wins, and then Baylor, TCU at 10 and 9 respectively. So a lot can happen over these remaining 4 games of conference play.
2-2 pitch blocked by Langoliers. Chases it down. No advancement for Kroon. A lot of attention paid to those RPI numbers this time of year once you get to May, isn't there?
There certainly are. It's going to come into play when the selection committee sits down and decides who's going to advance to NCAA tournament play. And this Bears team really on the bubble right now. A win today against this high-powered offense leading the conference, OSU, would go a long way for that tournament berth.
Runner is going, and it is ball 4 inside. Littell draws the walk on the full count pitch. So I think one of your keys was avoid free passes. There's a couple of walks in the first inning by Tyler Thomas.
Yeah, and it's plagued the freshmen out there. Certainly above average stuff. Again, when you can say you have a 2.68 ERA, as many appearances as you've got in innings pitched at 40 over the season, but with 38 base on balls and 39 Ks, you look at the other categories of just 27 hits and an opponent's hitting 200. So you know Coach John Strauss, pitching coach for the Bears, is really preaching, get in the strike zone. That fastball is really good that you have. You got above average life, and you got great off-speed pitch to go with it. It's just got to be over the plate. We'll have some success.
Here's first baseman Christian Funk to the plate. First pitch, swinging, strike 1 from Tyler Thomas. Funk 1 for 8, 125 on the weekend, 240 on the year. One of the few that has not been a part of that home run barrage by the Cowboys. 7 home runs by Oklahoma State yesterday. Not the school record. School record is 11, set in 1999 against Chicago State. And Josh Holliday was on that 99 team.
You don't have to say about it. You can think back to that's when the Bears in '99 welcomed OSU to the Super Regional here in Waco. Ended up getting beat in that Game 3 late, by 1 run. So that plagues a lot of Baylor Bear fans from the late '90s, early 2000s.
Whoa! Pitch is behind his back and off his bat. I think he never took the bat off his shoulder. I think that's going to be a foul ball off his bat.
Tyler Thomas getting some help right there. 0-2, certainly not wanting to plunk a hitter and load these bases, but yeah, just unable to get the bat out of the way. Tried to stand firm in the box, and Tyler Thomas out there gets a gift.
Wow. I don't know how you stand that still when the ball's behind your head.
I'm hopeful he picked up breaking ball spin early, because fastball, I don't think you would see the same reaction.
Wow. So the count remains 0 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch by Tyler Thomas. Takes this one just a bit high, ball 1.
John, you've seen it early in this at bat. The first 2 pitches Tyler Thomas threw, with guys on first and second, so you know that OSU's going up with an aggressive mentality. Knowing he wants to throw fastball out there and get ahead of the hitters. You see a swing through and a miss because he's late, and then you can see Christian Funk on the next pitch foul it off over to the left side because he's late on that fastball again. So Tyler Thomas really needs to just trust his stuff, get in the zone.
That is a called strike 3. Funk goes down looking, and that is the inning. Cowboys get a couple of base runners via the walk. Can't push any runs across. Bears come to bat, bottom of the first here in Waco. Each team has had an at-bat. Bears lead 2-0 over Oklahoma State. Let's take a look at the Big 12 standings coming into play today. We told you everybody has split so far. Oklahoma State on top of the league standings at 16-4. Lost to Baylor on Friday night, 13-5. Bounced back to win 11-6 yesterday. Also, TCU and West Virginia have split their first two games of the series. And Kansas and Kansas State, two one-run games in Manhattan. And those two are playing the rubber match of their series today as well. Oklahoma has split two non-conference games on the road at UCF. So there's the Big 12 standings. Baylor sitting at 10-10 in conference play, solidly in 5th place, half game ahead of TCU. Big 12 standings brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the do. Cowboys have Trevor Boone leading off this second inning. The way he was going yesterday, it was good to see him when he was leading off an inning, not deeper into the inning when potentially there were runners on base. What a game yesterday, tied an Oklahoma State record with 3 home runs on the day. 4 hits total. He was 4 for 8. 3 home runs, 4 RBIs. Swing and a miss there. He's down on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, John, I've never done it before, so I'm not sure what you experience in your head when you start your 3 for 3 with 3 home runs. You probably just start thinking, how many can I hit?
Appeal, did not swing. It's ball 2. Well, and the funny thing is, on Friday night, he was 0 for 4 on Friday with 3 strikeouts. And then bounced back to have that kind of game yesterday.
Yeah, that's a serious bounce-back game. Normally you're doing tee work and you struggle on a Friday night and may get to the ballpark a little bit earlier, try and just make sure your fundamentals are there. You're working the back net of the cage, staying through it, but he certainly came out aggressive and was ready to do some more damage than that.
There's ball 3, so a full count now to Trevor Boone from Tyler Thomas. Home runs 6, 7, and 8 on the season for Boone. 3-2 pitch, fouls it back. Number of players have that school record that Boone tied yesterday, 3 home runs in a game. Pete Incaviglia is one of those.
Easy guess right there.
That would be your first guess,
there's
wouldn't it?
a home run record, he's a solid name to throw out.
Or if it's a hitting stat, maybe Robin Ventura is your first guess.
Absolutely.
Pretty good names there. Incaviglia, almost a little surprising that he didn't have a game with more than 3 home runs.
That would also be my first guess. The ball flies a little bit at that Stillwater ballpark, and he had a lot of them.
Swinging, strike 3. Big strikeout. Tyler Thomas strikes out Trevor Boone for the first out here in the second inning.
Yeah, really good job right there by Tyler Thomas. You can't get any more hot than you are when Trevor Boone up there, and so he wanted to be careful. But again, he doesn't throw a breaking pitch that entire at-bat until that one after about 5 or 6 fastballs to Trevor Boone. So he set that up really well and really didn't give Trevor a lot of time to get comfortable in the box.
On a 3-2 pitch, he gets him swinging. There's Michael Newstifter, the third baseman for Oklahoma State. 2 of 7 on the weekend, 286. He had a home run yesterday. 325 average on the year for Newstifter is the highest on the club. 1-0 pitch from Thomas. Fouls it back. It'll carry over the overhang and out of play. Two in the first for the Bears for a 2-0 lead over Oklahoma State. Rubber game of this 3-game Big 12 series. And the final home game of the season for Baylor. Did he offer at it? He did. That is strike 2.
You know, you're seeing Tyler Thomas get a little bit comfortable throwing that hard breaking pitch that he has. And, you know, I'll go on record, don't have the stats in front of me. Pitch 36, I'm going to guess that 27, 28 fastballs have been thrown out of that. So you start elevating that fastball, working over the plate in the zone, changing eye level, and then go breaking ball, you've got a chance.
Fouled back into the net. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cowboys lost their first Big 12 series of the year. It was in Austin. They dropped 2 of 3 to Texas and have won 5 straight Big 12 series since. That's off his bat. That may be a fair ball. Yeah, that's a fair ball. I think he hit it on a bounce, but it came out in fair territory. Langoliers pounced on it, looked at the umpire, and then applied the tag.
Yeah, check swing right there and just gets a piece of it, which gives Shea Langoliers credit right there. Didn't assume anything, didn't take anything for granted. Made sure that he got up the line in time to put a tag on Michael Newstifter right there, who, yeah, right off the bat, off the bounce. So you don't see that very often.
Yeah. How about 2 unassisted on the put out there? And that is the second out here in the second inning. Here now is Carson McCusker, right fielder for Oklahoma State. Strange play, that last pitch, and everybody just sort of froze. Credit Langoliers for acting upon it and then applying the tag. There's strike 2 to McCusker.
Tyler Thomas on the mound. You can tell he's feeling a little bit of energy right here, momentum, working quickly on the mound, and feeding off the crowd, giving him a little bit of energy as well.
0-2 pitch, fouled back. Couple of strikeouts so far in an inning and 2/3 by Baylor freshman Tyler Thomas. Thomas out of Keller High School. And the 0-2. Swinging strike 3. Couple of strikeouts in the inning, 3 in the game. And Tyler Thomas sets down the Cowboys in order in the second. On to the bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Bears with Herring, Bissonette, and Ragusi due up. Two nothing Bears lead it over Oklahoma State. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Bears, no runs, no hits so far, and no errors by the Cowboys. Oklahoma State did have a couple of runners on via the walk in the first inning, but that threat snuffed out by Tyler Thomas, who's off to a really good start against this Cowboys team here on the Sunday rubber match game of this 3-game series.
Yeah, Tyler, in that last inning certainly started to find, you can see him starting to work in the breaking pitch a little bit more, and he's a guy with that elevated fastball, above average life, kind of sneaks up on the hitter, that if he can work around the belt, he's the guy that can get away with that, and then it makes that devastating sharp breaking ball look really enticing to these hitters. Looks like fastball and then dives down, bounces into home plate.
3 strikeouts in 2 innings by Tyler Thomas. Ryan Cash, the second baseman, leads off, 9-hole hitter. First pitch, strike 1. Even with the loss yesterday by Baylor that snapped the 13-game winning streak, Bears have still won 15 of their last 17. So on a really good stretch of games, after starting 3-9 in conference play, to get to 9-9, now sitting at 10-10 this game today.
Yeah, there were a lot of folks, just the common fan, that would have written the Bears off, and certainly after 2 sweeps back-to-back getting handed to you. Great pitch right there.
How about strikeout number 4 on the day by Baylor's Tyler Thomas?
Yeah, really great breaking pitch right there. But, you know, the Bears certainly hit their struggles, and a lot of doubters out there on whether you can actually come back. And then they follow that up with sweeps of their own to actually get into play and even up at 9-9. Now split in this series so far with the rubber match today. So you can't say enough about how important this rubber match is. See if they can get a game over 500. And then you got to assume that with that resume and how hot they are, staying 500 in conference should get them in.
Top of the order, DH Andrew Rosa to the plate. Bears will close the regular season in Morgantown against West Virginia, and that is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series this upcoming week. No midweek games, so after today, next game will be Thursday at West Virginia.
Yeah, I'd like to do that in that last series. The coaches kind of agreed to it, but gives them, going into that Big 12 tournament, a little bit more rest, actually come back home first instead of maybe going straight to Oklahoma.
Ball low, ball 2 to Rosa. Grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Oklahoma State will finish at home against Texas Tech. 3-game series that is also Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this upcoming week. 3-0 pitch is ball 4 on 4 straight pitches. Rosa draws the 1-out walk.
Yeah, and there you see a little bit of the struggles again. You repeat yourself a little bit, but Tyler Thomas, either it's a mechanics not being able to repeat it thing, but certain home plate sometimes becomes just hard to find, and then other times, he's dotting the black on both sides with a devastating breaking ball. So as a freshman, he will continue to get more comfortable. The more pitches he can throw, this will certainly start to become a little bit easier, but you don't know if he's trying to be a little bit more careful out there, nitpick, but certainly wants to trust his stuff.
Brings Matt Kroon to the plate for the Cowboys. The shortstop walked his first time up. One of 3 walks, as Cody said, issued by Tyler Thomas. Rosa, the runner at first base, with 1 down in the 3rd. Pitch brushes him back. That'll get Shea Langoliers out to talk to his pitcher. Two 2-0 the count to Matt Kroon, who again is 5 for 8 on the weekend, including that first inning walk here today. 2 home runs, 4 runs scored, 4 RBIs.
I think Shea there going out to certainly just give him a deep breath, more so than anything. Not a whole lot of wisdom there other than say, hey, over the plate, let's give our defense a chance to get us out of here.
Shot into center field. Herring started back, came in, then back another couple of steps, and he makes the catch.
Kroon right there, a good well-hit ball, got the barrel to it. Probably knew fastball was coming, certainly with Tyler Thomas trying to get back in the zone. But again, good things happen when you make guys and you force contact, throw it over the plate. Good job right there by Cole Herring. That ball right at you a lot of times in center field, line drive, hard to read whether that's in front or behind. So good job to stay with it and record a big second out of the inning.
2 down, Colin Simpson to the plate, the catcher for Oklahoma State. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Flat out to left field his first time up today. Cody, we've said all weekend, this is a guy that never gets shortchanged on his swing. He's going to get his money's worth.
He does not, and a well-hit ball. That fly ball to left goes all the way up to the warning track, so certainly seeing it well, and I think he knows how locked in he is, and so he went up there first pitch with something on his mind and wanted to deposit that into the river.
Drops right in there for a called strike 2. What a pitch by Tyler Thomas.
That's so effective. You throw that fastball up in the eyes, get that over-aggressive swing first pitch. Then you throw the breaking ball that's got that 12-stick hook on it. You start that at the eyes as well of the hitter, Colin Simpson, and that breaks right in the strike zone. So look for Tyler Thomas. I'd bury a breaking ball right here on top of the plate and see if you get a swing and a miss.
This is up high. Ball and 2 strikes now to Simpson. Both teams in search of their 30th win of the season. Whoever gets the victory today will win the series and pick up win number 30. Thomas, throw over to first base. Rosa, the runner at first, is 4 for 4 on stolen bases this year.
And Sean, there's a little bit of that resume builder. You talk about the Bears getting to 30 wins potentially faster than Oklahoma State at 16-4, leading this conference, but probably going to win this conference. It's got to go a long way to NCAA tournament hopes.
Pitch foul back, remains 1-2 on Simpson. Warm afternoon, 85 at game time. Predicted to reach 90 degrees today. Playing in the middle of the afternoon, this Sunday afternoon series finale. Thomas comes set and delivers. And that is strike 3 looking. 2 more strikeouts in the inning. 5 on the day for Tyler Thomas. And the Cowboys go down in the top of the 3rd. Stranding a runner onto the bottom of the 3rd. Still 2-0. Bears on top. Hall in the booth today for this series finale, the rubber game between Baylor and Oklahoma State. Cowboys trailing the Bears by 2-0 count, 2 in the first inning by Baylor. Tyler Thomas off to a very, very good start. And when we say a power hitting team, that applies to this Oklahoma State team. That was on display yesterday as they hit 7 home runs. in an 11-6 victory.
Yeah, they came out and put on a show yesterday you don't see very often. So if you were in attendance or got to watch or listen to the call, it was pretty impressive to see that just about every fly ball hit was going over the fence.
John Littell, first pitch swinging, skies it to right field. Davion Downey backpedals and makes the catch. One pitch, one out to start the fourth.
Yeah, great job right there. One pitch, one out. Certainly trying to minimize the pitch count. Is Tyler Thomas out there? 3 walks on the day and 5 strikeouts. When you do that, typically that pitch count's going to climb in a hurry. It's a hot day out there. Don't want him to get tired. And he needs to give some innings to this Bears club, especially after yesterday and having to go out and minimize damage and try and really find out if they could hold this Oklahoma State team at bay with the 7 home runs. So the deeper he can go, this confidence is going to rise in the Baylor Bear Club.
Christian Funk to the plate. First inning strikeout victim of Tyler Thomas. First pitch strike one to him here with 1 out, nobody on in the fourth inning. 0-1. Inside, that is ball 1. Sharp-looking new Nike uniforms for the Bears this year. These are the championship gold tops they normally wear on Sunday. Strike 2 to Funk. And that Marucci equipment, the gloves, the bats, man, oh man, that is really sharp.
Yeah, the Bears setting the standard, I think, for others to follow across the country. But a lot of quality uniforms, a lot of great stuff out there.
Grounded to second, Bissonette. Making sure he doesn't get caught in an in-between hop, makes the pickup and the short throw to retire Funk for the second out.
Yeah, good job right there. Again, Tyler Thomas showing focus. I don't think it's a lack of focus occasionally that when he gets in trouble, he's certainly able to minimize when it happens by his numbers. But you saw the first and third inning. Starts off really strong to get the first out early in the count.
Yeah, and I'm not sure Josh Holliday didn't just want to slow down the pace a little bit. 2 quick outs to start the fourth inning. Met with Trevor Boone. Now Boone steps in the right-hand batter's box. The lefty, Tyler Thomas, delivers. That is a called strike 1. Boone struck out leading off the second inning. 1 of 5 strikeouts so far today by Tyler Thomas. Cody Bradford finished with 10 strikeouts on Friday night, tied his career high in that 13-5 Baylor win.
Some of these big swinging clubs, a lot of times if you're just around the zone, working the zone, you get them swing and miss.
There is a called strike 2 to Trevor Boone.
Shows you the effectiveness of that breaking ball. You know, if you have that complementary pitch to go along with that above-average fastball, throw it for a strike. It really keeps the hitters on their heels.
Fires it in there, a little extra mustard, and it's down low. 2-2 the count. Thomas just off the plate. Well, the crowd is really into this. Every pitch that's even close, depending on your perspective, be it Baylor or Oklahoma State, they are responding.
Well, to your point, Oklahoma State or Baylor, both on both sides, we've seen it a couple innings in a row in the half and the bottom, really making the umpire let it be known that this is a huge game right here, and both sides want to win.
3-2 pitch. This is lined to right field. Downey is there, makes the catch cap high, and that is the inning. Tyler Thomas retires. The Cowboys in order in the fourth. On to the bottom of the fourth inning. Bears up 2-0 Oklahoma State. Rodriguez and Coach, how many good words can you put in for Tyler Thomas the way he's throwing right now?
I'll tell you what, he kind of continues to get better. Throughout the year, he's had his ups and his downs, and that's what I really love about him is that he continues to fight and continues to give us a great effort. And regardless if he succeeds or fails, he's going to go out there and he's fighting to win for us. And I know all of our guys really appreciate that.
Coach, Cody here, how big of a series win would this be just in aspirations and hopes as you look for the future? Big 12 tournament, NCAA tournament bid. What kind of stake do you put in today's ball game?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, we got 4 games left, this being one of them, and whatever games we have in the Big 12 tournament, and every one of these is going to be big just because of the RPI thing and how everything kind of shapes up every one of these wins is going to be huge, especially against a team like Oklahoma State, whose RPI is really high and they're leading our conference, and they've done an amazing job this year.
Coach, thanks. We appreciate the visit.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks again. Happy Mother's Day.
And you too. Thank you very much. Coach Steve Rodriguez with us from the Baylor dugout, escorted down there by Robbie Rogers from Baylor Photography. We appreciate Coach Rod visiting with us. 7, 8, 9 in the lineup coming up for Oklahoma State. This is Michael Newstifter to lead off the fifth inning. Bears up 4-0 on Oklahoma State. Newstifter is 0 for 1 on the day. Grounds this one, make it 1 for 2 into center field, a base hit.
Well, John, I know we didn't want to talk about it, but breaks up the no-no right there by Tyler Thomas. So the first hit on the board today for Oklahoma State, and well hit right there up the box for them to get on the board there.
They have had 3 base runners, all via the walk up until that hit leading off the fifth inning. First hit today by Oklahoma State. So 1 on. Here is Carson McCusker to the plate. McCusker struck out his first time up. 1 of 5 strikeouts by Tyler Thomas. Coach Rod mentions Happy Mother's Day. We would send out Happy Mother's Day greetings to all the moms out there watching today.
That's right, John. I'd like to say a special Happy Mother's Day to my mom, who passed about 14 months ago, but certainly an unbelievable woman of God, and huge heart, and certainly invested into my life, my family's life for 35 years. So special Happy Mother's Day to Mom. I love you. And then to my wife, Jenny, who is raising our 3.5-year-old and 1.5-year-old twins. Makes it look easy, and you couldn't do it without her. She's a special woman.
Y'all have had a big weekend, haven't you? Swinging strike 2 there by McCusker.
We've had a big weekend. We went to Austin Friday night, and yesterday was another big fundraiser event for my wife's work and her mission, her cause. She works for the March of Dimes, leads the Waco Temple Killeen chapters. Went down to Austin to assist them with an enormous fundraiser they put on, and just can't say enough about her. She continues to show what a servant does, and constantly pours her heart into to other missions causes that are near and dear to her heart, which is making sure babies, we end premature birth and infant mortality, and certainly we have a story there and losing our son in 2013, but she's an unbelievable woman, leaving a legacy.
Well, especially poignant on Mother's Day weekend, the work that Jenny does. There's a strikeout by Tyler Thomas of Carson McCusker. That is strikeout number 6 today by the Baylor freshman.
Yeah, John, he's got this breaking ball, I think. Once that was found a little bit in that third inning, certainly really sharp. That one tells a little bit on him, but he's got this Oklahoma State offense in the back of their heads, realizing I got to be aggressive, see a ball up, and go after it. When you get a little over-aggressive with a guy with Tyler Thomas's stuff, can open up that zone for him.
Brings up Ryan Cash, the 9-hole hitter. Runner at first, 1 down in the fifth inning. Bears leading 4-0. It's a new career high in strikeouts for Tyler Thomas. Previously, he had 5 a couple of times, most recently April 3rd against Lamar. But now 6 strikeouts today, and we're in the fifth inning. Well, I'll add Happy Mother's Day to my wife, Terry, who is with the kids this afternoon. Interesting weekend with a lot of baseball going on, but we're all going to get together later today. And our kids were with her for lunch, so that worked out great. And we'll all be together this evening, so happy Mother's Day to Terry. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, John, we better get home quickly after this ball game. We'll get a Bears victory and then go celebrate Mother's Day.
I like it. Sherry Burns working up here in the press box. She works all these home games. I said, Happy Mother's Day to you, Sherry. And she said, where else would I rather be than Baylor Ballpark?
Definitely devoted and committed.
Grounder wide of first base. Gloved cleanly there by Thomas, but foul. Six strikeouts by Tyler Thomas. The hit to start this fifth inning by Newstifter, the first hit he's allowed today. Bears lead it 4-0 over Oklahoma State. 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Evens the count at 2-2. Talked about President Livingstone and Brad Livingstone earlier. They're in attendance today, both Oklahoma State grads. 2-2 pitch. This one's hit to left field. Ragusi's on his horse, and he'll catch up to it and make the grab. Good jump on the ball, and he covered a lot of ground out there. Ragusi makes the catch to retire Ryan Cash.
Yeah, John, we had a great view right there. Ryan Cash just kind of gets a breaking ball speed pitch, flicks the bat at it, and right when that ball was hit, I didn't know if TJ would get over there. Not anything against his running, but that ball almost placed perfectly on the line and dropping quickly. But a great jump. Read it off the bat, made sure that he was in a ready position, ready to help out his pitcher. Those are the type things you got to have when you're trying to save this 4-run lead against an explosive offense.
2 down in the inning. Back to the top of the order. Andrew Rosa to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch, strike 1. It's another thing Tyler's done really well. First pitch strikes against a lot of these hitters today.
Yeah, setting the tone early that you're going to have to kind of work off of what I want to do out here on the mound. So his mound presence today just really dictating the flow of this game. Can't say enough about that because that really does put the offense on their heels.
Liner into right field. That will fall in front of Davion Downey. Gets it back in, throw to third base. Second hit of the inning, second hit of the day, and a 2-out single to right off the bat of Andrew Rosa.
Yeah, Andrew right there, good job going with that pitch, and I think that's what Oklahoma State probably in the in-between innings is saying. Hey, I know that he's pitching in a little bit late with that fastball, is Tyler Thomas for Baylor, but you're going to have to see that ball up and away, that breaking pitch, keep the barrel back, and then that fastball right there and really go with it. Quit trying to maybe do what we did yesterday so much. Got some pitches up, inner half, we were able to deposit over the fence. So trying to make that adjustment in game, not always easy, but they seem to be finding a little bit more comfort right here.
Going to bring Matt Kroon to the plate. Kroon, first pitch, ball 1. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. 5 for 9 on the weekend series. Has really done more damage than any other Cowboy hitter in terms of his average against Baylor pitchers this weekend. 2 on, 2 out. 5th inning for the Cowboys, who trail 4-0. Pitch up high, and Shea Langoliers will take the opportunity to call time and talk to his pitcher. Started to say with President Livingstone and Brad Livingstone, Oklahoma State grads. I remember a basketball game when Baylor hosted Oklahoma State this year, and talked to them before the game. I said, you got any orange on? They said, oh, no, it's all green and gold. They appreciate their alma mater, and you can understand that, but they appreciate their position here at Baylor University now also.
Appreciate the memories and the foundation it laid. But now we're bleeding green and gold.
2-0 pitch called, strike 1 to Kroon.
Quality pitch right there by Tyler Thomas, 2-0, especially with the damage that Matt Kroon we know he can do. You go fastball at the just above the shins for a called strike. Really an unhittable pitch. Kroon's not supposed to swing at that if he's a hitter trying to get his pitch backwards in the count.
2-1 called, strike 2 to Kroon. So whatever Shea Langoliers said, Tyler Thomas is taken to heart. It's a 2-2 count now with 2 down and 2 on in the 5th inning.
And we'll see what he does here if they want to get a little over-aggressive, but that fastball away right there, if Kroon doesn't make a really sound adjustment, I'm not sure you're hitting that ball hard anyway if he stays down. Can't get it up around the belt right here.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. He strikes out Kroon and strands 2 base runners. A career-high 7 strikeouts in the game for Baylor freshman Tyler Thomas. That's the inning for the Cowboys. Bears up 4-0 on Oklahoma State. At Gatterman Stadium. Selection show watch party open to the public tonight at 9. Meanwhile, back to the baseball Bears and Oklahoma State. Colin Simpson leads off the 6th inning for Oklahoma State. 0 for 2 on the day. Cowboys broke through with their first 2 hits of the day off Tyler Thomas last inning. Couple of singles. 2-0 pitch to Simpson. That one's way high, ball 3. Simpson, Littell, and Funk, the first 3 scheduled hitters for Oklahoma State here in the 6th inning. And a walk to Simpson to start the 6th.
Yeah, not the way Tyler wanted to start the AB. 4 quick balls right there to Colin Simpson. Certainly wanted to be careful. I mean, he knows he's got power, but 4-0 lead. Not trying to walk him and put him on there to start the leadoff. Looked like Steve Rodriguez, head coach for the Bears, making a mound visit, and we might see a change here. Pitch 92 right there on a warm day for Tyler Thomas.
Well, he is going to make a change, but a well-deserved standing round of applause for Tyler Thomas as he exits with a 4-0 lead. New pitcher coming on for the Bears. We'll be back in a moment. Alongside Cody Hall, I'm John Morris. Our Baylor Vision crew on this championship Sunday, final home game of the season. There's the new pitcher on for the Bears. It is Kyle Hill, the junior right-hander out of Corpus Christi, Cow Allen. And he takes over for Tyler Thomas after a terrific 5+ innings in the start for Tyler Thomas as the Bears look for the series victory in this rubber match today.
Yeah, Kyle Hill on to replace Tyler Thomas. Did such an incredible job. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits. Didn't give up that hit until the 4th inning to break up the no-hitter, but no runs, no earned runs. We'll see the Colin Simpson over on first base is going to be charged to him. But 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, just an unbelievable performance. Pitched up in the zone, pitched down in the zone, worked both sides of the plate with that good fastball, got his breaking ball going. And so Kyle Hill, incredible numbers on the season, 45 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts to go along with it. 3-1 record. The 2 that really stand out for you, 2.40 ERA. And then just opponents hitting just 189 against him. So certainly somebody the Bears trust to turn the ball over to play. Don't put 3 guys on.
Cabanis hits one deep to right field. Going back is Herring. He's got it, and that's the ball game. Montemayor finishes things off. Bears win on Sunday and take the series 2-1 over Oklahoma State. 7-2 Baylor over the Cowboys, the final score.
Yeah, the Bears right now, you look at the way Oklahoma State, after a Friday night loss, bounced back huge yesterday to even up the series. And then you wondered how this Bears club, coming off a 13-game win streak that was snapped yesterday, would they respond or would they be a little bit sluggish coming into the day? They did exactly what they needed to do, came out, pitching, set the tone early. You like Tyler Thomas, the left-hander for the Bears, delivered that to Kyle Hill, Drew Robertson, and then the best closer in the country, Troy Montemayor, closes it down. Gave up some solo shots today, but Bears competed hard, did what they needed to do to win this series, a big series, as they look to have aspirations to get into the NCAA tournament.
7-3 the final score. Baylor wins it over Oklahoma State. Take a break, visit with Coach Rod. When we come back, 7-3, Bears win it over the Cowboys. Back at Baylor Ballpark, Bears winners today over Oklahoma State, 7-3 the final. Players gathered watching a tribute to the seniors that's running on the video board. We're joined by Baylor head coach Steve Rodriguez following the win today, 7-3. And, Coach, take the series over Oklahoma State. Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll tell you what, these guys played hard the whole weekend. Very happy with how they reacted to the loss yesterday. They come back out, and we get right back at it where we left off. And so, that's what everybody was trying to explain to them, is it's one game. There's a lot of baseball. You can't let one game define who you are. And I was just really happy that they were able to react the way they did, come back out, stay positive, and enjoy the weekend.
Coach, what kind of comfort level does it give to you, knowing that Tyler Thomas, once he comes out of the game, does a fantastic job? You're able to toss the ball to guys like Kyle Hill, Drew Robertson, Troy Montemayor. Just the level of comfort in these old guys, veterans coming out of the pen to make sure that leads stay safe.
Man, I'll tell you what, being able to hand it over to those guys, it doesn't get much easier in my job. Just regardless of what happens out there, I will go down with those guys any moment, any day. You want to talk about going into war and fighting with people in trenches, I will take every one of those guys. And these seniors who we're honoring right now, I'll tell you what, pretty emotional.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, isn't it? The seniors who have contributed so much to this program, but it just comes that time, you have to say goodbye to them.
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Coach Steve Rodriguez with us. I think the emotion got to him a little bit, recognizing the seniors here on Senior Day, and great contributions by those seniors, the young players alike, and it ends up this weekend in a 3-game series victory over Oklahoma State. Baylor's won 4 Big 12 series, or 3 Big 12 series in a row now, and 4 series overall in a row. So again, and the Bears have won 16 of their last 18. So Cody, a tremendous role heading into mid-March.
Yeah, everybody says it, but if you're going to get hot at the end of the season. The Bears are making their resume right now and really going to make it tough on a selection committee to ever even think about trying to leave them out. You can't say enough about the culture, just the environment that surrounds this team. When you watch them, it's infectious. The moxie, the grittiness, it just seems to kind of matriculate across this entire team. And that starts with your senior leadership group who set the tone for others to follow. And this Bears team getting this 3rd game of the series, absolutely huge. A great Oklahoma State team came in, fought them tooth and nail, but the Bears win out, and they deserve this ball game today.
Bears with the win now, 30-18 on the season. They reached the 30-win mark, 11-10 in Big 12 play. Headed to Morgantown to close the regular season against West Virginia. The Cowboys are 19-1. They are 16-5, still atop the Big 12 standings. They'll close the regular season at home against Texas Tech this week. Appreciate you being with us today, this weekend, and all season long. For Cody Hall and our entire Baylor Vision crew, thanks for watching. I'm John Morris. Final score again, Bears